Forget Atlanta, forget Savannah, forget all the sweet images of Georgia you usually see in travel brochures. Because now, we're diving into the other side, the part no one talks about, not even the locals. Here, the population is smaller than the followers of the local meme pages. Crime? Take your pick. Either 50% above the national average, or so small it doesn't even get recorded. But don't be fooled. Every town has its story. From places that once held promise to those now surviving only on memories. Get ready, because here it is. 15 remote and worse towns in Georgia. Places so forgotten, even Google Maps takes a minute to find them. Welcome to Shellman, Randolph County, a small town with a population of just 806 people, but a story longer than gas lines during a crisis. Once, Shellman stood proud as a cotton farming hub and railroad stop in the late 1800s. But now, that past glory is little more than a fading shadow. Median household income? Around $25,500, and more than 38% of residents live below the poverty line. Unemployment is high, school enrollment keeps dropping, and most of the downtown buildings now stand as silent witnesses to what once was. Crime isn't out of control here, but the weight of economic struggle brings an unease that doesn't always show up in police reports. Sharpsburg feels like it lives in silence. As of 2025, the town had only 324 people, and not much has changed in years. Crime reports are low, but there's still a 1 in 325 chance of being a victim of violence, one of the lowest in the state. Part of Coweta County, the median household income in 2023 was about $43,905, with a 3.3% unemployment rate. No shopping centers, no fast food joints, no trendy hangouts. Sharpsburg is where time slows down, and many young people leave for bigger cities in search of a better future. Then there's Granville, like a ghost town left on the map. It wasn't counted in the 2020 census. No official data on income, crime, or population. Some maps don't even list it anymore. No schools, no shops, definitely no cafes. Granville is a town nearly erased from modern life, slowly, quietly, and without a fight. It's no longer growing, just frozen in the memories of those who passed through. Harrison used to be livelier, but now, this small town is fading. Its population was just 339 in 2020 and is expected to drop to around 311 by 2025. Crime here is 50% above the national average, and violent crime is about 52% higher. Even though the odds of being a victim are low, around 1 in 600, the numbers still show signs of social pressure. Founded in 1886 and named after early settler Green B. Harrison, the town is now home mostly to older generations. Not many amenities, not much data. Tennille isn't just a tiny dot on the map. It reflects many struggling American towns quietly fading in the background. Today, its population is about 2,000 people, with a low median household income, around $26,110 in 2023, in line with Washington County's trends. Unemployment is around 4%, but deeper issues show up in public health indicators, like high obesity rates. Founded in 1875, Tennille was once known as the agricultural gateway to Sandersville. Tucked away in the corner of Coweta-Meriwether County sits Haralson, a tiny town with just 208 people in 2025. Small as it is, it's surprisingly well off. Per capita income reaches $55,625, and poverty is low at only 3.6%. Safety? Better than the national average, with only a 1 in 49 chance of falling victim to violence. Interestingly, Haralson was once used as a filming location for The Walking Dead and Lawless. But don't expect a crowd. Its main street is quiet. A rusty gas station stands alone, and the old wooden homes feel frozen in time. On the border of Calhoun and Early County, Arlington is a small town that once had its glory days, but now only the shadows remain. Its population dropped from 1,209 in 2020 to around 1,100 by 2025. Although the median household income reaches $55,625, nearly 28% of residents live below the poverty line. The biggest concern here is crime. Overall crime is 75% higher than the national average, and violent crime is up to 95% higher. The risk of becoming a victim? Around 1 in 78. Still, the town holds history. Founded in 1873, it served as a county seat until 1929 and is home to the Arlington United Methodist Church, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, a historic building still standing as a witness to better days. Woodbury looks calm on the map, but it carries quiet stories. The town has 837 residents. While its population growth is steady, the economy still struggles. Per capita income is only about $33,387, and nearly 31% live below the poverty line. On the plus side, safety here is better. Violent and property crime rates are 52% lower than the national average. The chance of being a victim of violence is about 1 in 92. Interestingly, Woodbury became iconic thanks to The Walking Dead, though the actual filming was done in nearby Senoia. The streets are quiet, old shops stand tired, and the show's fame left behind a shadow without any real economic change. Located in Coweta County, Senoia is the real star behind The Walking Dead. Its population grew from 5,016 in 2020 to around 6,500 in 2025. With only 3.5% poverty and very low property crime, about 364 cases per 100,000 people, Senoia is one of Georgia's most comfortable small towns. But behind its charming exterior lies a story of gentrification. As Senoia gained global attention, property prices soared, tourists poured in, and longtime locals slowly got pushed out. The town now looks prosperous, neat, and modern, but something of its old soul has faded away. Edison might carry a big name taken from the inventor Thomas Edison, but its economy is far from bright. In 2025, the population will be just 1,100. The median family income is only for $27,440, with per capita at around $17,412, and over 1/3 of residents living in poverty. One bright spot: crime rates are relatively low, about 6% below the national average. Though life here is simple, the town has a historical center, the Edison Commercial Historic District, home to 22 old buildings, from the former Bank of Edison to the Warren Sutton House, all listed on the National Register of Historic Places. With 2,000 residents in 2025, Tennille isn't quite as small as it seems. But its economic condition tells a tough story. Median household income is just $26,042, and while per capita income is around $34,612, nearly 30% of its people live in poverty. Crime data isn't fully available, but these numbers already paint a picture of the daily struggles locals face. Surrounded by farmland and small local shops, Tennille moves slowly. The community is strong, but opportunities are limited. In the far corner of Johnson County lies a tiny dot on the map called Kite. In 2025, only 157 people will remain here, down sharply from 241 2 decades ago. There's no official data on income or crime, not because it's hidden, but because Kite is too small to survey. Founded in 1891 by Shadrach Knight, the town's name was changed to Kite for practical reasons, to make mail delivery easier. Even today, life in Kite feels like flipping through an old photo album. Locals do small-scale farming, dirt roads stretch quietly, and wooden houses stand like they've been untouched for a century. As the capital of Johnson County, Wrightsville is livelier than the smaller towns around it. Its population keeps growing. By 2025, it reached 3,700 people. Median family income also increased to $35,738 in 2023, though it's still far from prosperous. Violent crime is slightly above the national average, at about 4.66 cases per 1,000 residents. Not alarming, but worth noting. Since 1976, the town has been known for its 4th of July festival, colorful parades, street dances, and a warm local atmosphere that's always a highlight of the year. Next is Plains, best known as the hometown of President Jimmy Carter, and that remains its biggest claim to fame. Its population hovers around 700 to 800 people. Modern crime data is limited, but the economy is notably fragile. Household income is estimated to be below Georgia's state average of around $40,000. Most earnings come from heritage tourism, especially the Carter Museum. But tourism doesn't always mean prosperity. Many elderly residents live in inherited homes, while younger generations leave to seek a brighter future. And finally, there's Sandersville. As the capital of Washington County, it carries a rich and complicated history. Its population dropped slightly from 5,813 in 2020 to around 5,536 by 2023. Median household income reaches $55,625, with per capita at $35,093. About 16.3% of residents still live below the poverty line. Yet crime here is impressively low. Overall crime is about 72% below the national average. Sandersville is also known as the Kaolin capital of the world, thanks to the white clay mines that support its economy. But beyond the industry, the town holds wartime scars, once home to Sherman's troops, who burned the old courthouse. Between its mines, history, and sharp social contrasts, Sandersville remains a town that endures, not always thriving, but rich in stories.